Fougasse is a French version of focaccia, and you can find it in the south of France. Usually it's a savoury bread, but I'm going to show you a sweet version using orange and orange blossom water. Now the base is not like a classic focaccia. I'm going to start with 2 eggs. So we'll break these eggs straight into a mixer. 1 and 2, and we're going to add some cream. So you'll need 100 mils of thickened cream for this. And I like to start with a whisk attachment because we want to bind this all together nicely. So about 100 mils of thickened cream. To that, I'll add 1 tablespoon of orange blossom water. That's going to give it a really lovely, intense flavour. And I love the addition of Cointreau. So you can use any orange liqueur you want, or you can just leave it out. Now, to intensify that orange flavour, I like the addition of some orange zest. So I'm just going to zest the whole orange for this. And we'll just scrape all that goodness up and into the bowl. I'll also add the juice of this, and we don't want to waste it, so in it goes. Okay, this one's quite juicy, so I'm only going to add half an orange. Okay, and I'm just going to whisk this until it comes together. That's combined nicely. I've also changed over the whisk to a dough hook because now we need to knead everything together. In with the yeast. Now I'm using some instant yeast here. You need 1 sachet of yeast, which is about 7 grams, and I've mixed that with some lukewarm milk. I'll just grab a spoon and we'll scoop that into our cream and orange mixture. And then to that, I'll add some butter. Make sure that butter is quite soft because it's going to be much easier to mix together. Okay, and some sugar. Now I'll add majority of this sugar. I'm just going to reserve about a teaspoon, and that's to garnish the bread later. So about 1 teaspoon, reserve that over there. And finally, the flour. Now I'm using a plain bread flour. This is actually a wholemeal flour, and I really like the flavour of the wholemeal flour. It's got a really nice nutty flavour to it, and it's also got a great texture. It's perfect for a bread just like this. So in with our wholemeal, and then the dough hook, we'll just lower that in. Now this needs to knead for about 3 to 4 minutes. It is a sticky dough. Then I'll remove it, place it into an oiled bowl, cover it with a tea towel, and let it stand for about 1 to 2 hours or until it doubles in size. All right, have a look at this dough. It's been sitting here for about an hour and a half, and it has doubled in size. It looks fantastic. And now we just have to deflate it slightly as we roll it out. So I've just got a little more wholemeal flour, and we're just going to just place that onto our large surface. Okay. And then we're going to just dig in and pour out this mixture straight onto the floured surface. So you can see all those bubbles in there. It's really activated, and it smells so good with that Cointreau, the orange and the orange blossom water. I also like to add just a little bit more flour to the top. And now we're just going to carefully press that out. Then we'll turn it over. So we're going to stretch out the dough to start with, and then fold it on itself and just gently bring it together. Okay. Now we're going to grab our tray. I've just got a flat tray, and I've placed a bit of baking paper over the top. We're going to place this delicate dough over the baking paper and just start by teasing it out into a rough oval shape just with your fingers. And if you just want it a little larger, grab your rolling pin. Again, using some of that flour, we'll just gently roll that so it's quite even. All right, The final step is the distinct pattern in a fougasse. So it looks like a leaf, if you like. So a little cut through the center and just a few incisions on the side, like I'm doing here. And now it's almost ready to go into the oven. A few more things. I just prepared a little bit of butter here, not even 10 grams of butter, with the remaining orange blossom water. And I like this little touch for flavour, and also it's going to glisten up our bread. We'll just lightly brush this over, and then I'm going to sprinkle over some extra caster sugar. This then goes into the oven. It's going to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes at 190 degrees. All right, the orange blossom fougasse is out of the oven. It smells so good. And look how golden it is. And you can see that leaf-like shape that's been cut into it. Now, once it's cooled down slightly, you can break into it and eat it. You know, just smelling that, it just transports me back to France. I can imagine going to a bakery and picking one of these up and having it for breakfast. So good. Have a little taste. Weekend baking, I've got you covered. Got to make this. It's really, really good.